am just sitting here parked, and I thought I'd reach out to you guys, see what's going on. I don't do too many live videos, and honestly, I just wanted to jump into a live video. How are you? What's going on? I thought I wanted to talk about, oh my gosh, what do I want to talk about? There's so many things to talk about, but I don't know. What kind of subjects do you guys want to talk about? People ask me some questions. How do I deal with upset passengers? What was another question? Oh, wait, how do I deal with upset passengers? I guess I could answer that. Well, I guess I just listen. Um, I think most of the time they're not upset with me. They're upset about something else. So why get so frustrated with them? Typically, I didn't cause the frustration with the passenger. So for me to deal with an upset passenger is to kind of acknowledge whatever it is that upset them in the first place would probably upset me. So like if they get in the car upset, let's go through some scenarios that are pretty common. I think an upset passenger is typically upset because they're having something wrong with like a relationship. Oh, check it out. There's a Ferrari. I'm like in a fancy place right now. Watch this. Hold on. Ferrari. Purple one. Ooh. Ooh. How cool would that be? Um, so yeah, I mean, if they're upset with me, there's not much I can do to solve a lot of their problems. So I don't let their upset kind of get at me. Duval, what's going on, man? Welcome. First, you're first. Who else is on this? Join the thread. Let's just chat. I don't have any real big topic. I just wanted to see if I can connect with some of you guys. How many of you are out driving right now? Oh, by the way, I don't like Starbucks coffee. Do you like Starbucks coffee? It's so dark, and but I have to drive until about 5 p.m. Oh no. Let me look at my schedule here. Oh, Bod, a builder. What's going on, Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers, and man, I tell you what, it's funny that I give off the persona like a Mr. Rogers of rideshare. I think what it is there's so many drivers or YouTube channels, I should say, that are out there that are just angry. And I want to be angry all the time. And I I think you guys, by putting this content out there, I feel like my mom's watching it, so I don't act angry. So I'll take that though. Wednesday, chill day, sitting parked also. Yeah, Calvin, I hear you, man. Um, I won't get back to home till what time? 9:30 now. I'm all the way down in Connecticut, um, just doing family stuff, and I'm stuck down here in Connecticut, waiting for them to all finish. And so I thought I'd jump on a call with you guys. Who else is out there? Are you guys all doing rideshare right now? I can't do rideshare. I thought about doing a couple of deliveries while I'm out here, and so I turned the Uber app on, and because I can't do Uber human delivery, but I can do food delivery. And the first ride was like $6. That included the tip for like 40 minutes worth of work. So I just immediately turned it right off. That's definitely what I did. What are the plans for the high miles Tesla? Um, I think my goal is to have the new Tesla Model Y. I want to buy a used new Model Y summer next year. So I've been talking a little bit about this with the people on the Thrive membership. I've been telling them a little bit of my secret plans. It's not really secret, but I just thought I'd tell them I really want to take a break next summer. So June 8th through July 7th. So July 7th is when I turn 52. And so I thought I'd take June 8th through July 7th, my birthday, off. No ride share, nothing like that. And then for my birthday, I want to buy a used Tesla Model Y, the new version. So I'll trade this one in and go from there. This one will probably be at 180,000 miles by then. So I think it'll be worth probably 14,000 is what I'm guessing. So that's the plans for this high mileage Y. Right now though, it still gets me. I got 88% battery, and I got 245 miles of range. I know people talk about Tesla battery degradation. I'm really not worried about it. I see Calvin's mostly DoorDash. See, I'll go through some of the, oh yeah, bodybuilder. Yeah, man. Starbucks is gross, but I need the caffeine. Okay, here's another thing that I've been doing that's really unhealthy. I've been drinking a lot of Red Bulls. Not like all day, but like swapping out coffee for Red Bulls just because the acid in coffee hasn't been sitting well with me as I drive. Plus, it makes you want to take go to the bathroom a lot. Well, Red Bulls, I have to go to the bathroom too, but I can find any place to go, number one. Duval says I should be a spokesperson for Uber. I do not. Okay, let me clarify some things here, now that I got you guys all on here. I call myself an Uber driver because I think that translates to everybody. I think when I use the term rideshare, I don't think people understand the word rideshare. So for me, Uber is all of it. Uber, Lyft. If I did DoorDash, I don't do DoorDash, but I would do that. Just any kind of gig work to me is, I just use the word Uber. So let's see here. But I don't like the apps. I think Lyft is trying. I like the way David is running the company. I know he's stuck. The fares are the fares, and he's stuck with that. But I like the way the app is functioning. I just don't get any rides. I'll turn Lyft on, and I'll forget that I had turned it on, and like an hour or two later, my phone will start beeping. that's when I realized Lyft had been running the entire time. So I would do Lyft, but I can't. I think Uber is a very gross company. I am not a fan of the actual company Uber. So when I say I'm an Uber driver, it's like saying Post-it note or Kleenex or Google something. You ever Google something, but you actually use a different search engine, but you call it Googling? That's what I call Uber driving. Let's see here. What else is out there? Ruben, love your channel, brother. Do you feel like Uber throttles the app? Yes, I do. I think there's a lot of drivers, we feel like we're doing what we can to maximize our earnings, but the apps control it. So it's like they can pick and choose how much we're going to make. And my gut feeling is that the apps are trying to get all of us at a little bit better than minimum wage. So there's that. Buddha. Hey, Buddha, did you get rid of your Tesla? Are you a Prius guy now? Oh, hustling Buddha, man. If you got rid of the Tesla, I don't know if I could do that. Okay, so I'm sitting here in Greenwich, Connecticut, by the way. Like every car is some sort of Mercedes, Audi, Porsche. I've had 2 Ferraris go by here. And Buddha, you're in a Prius. Come on, man. You get an Uber drive here. Ever worry about false claims? Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think I said this story before, but yeah, I worry about false claims all the time. This New Year's, I had a false claim against me. I had a passenger during New Year's say that I had been drinking. It was the morning after, so it was January 1st. And I'm pretty sure I know who it was. It was a mom with a baby, no car seat. I didn't let them in. And next thing you know, on Lyft. It was on Lyft too, by the way. It wasn't even Uber. On Lyft, and I got kicked off the app. So there's that. And no, I still have my Model Y. Okay, good. Thank God. Dude, if you got rid of the Tesla. Let's see here. Another Model 3 Calvin. Nice. I like that. I really truly want to do something really kind of cool. So I need a lot of subscribers to do this. But here's my thing with Tesla. I want to buy a used Tesla Model Y, a new one, the new version, whatever it is, you know, the one with the square front. But I want to like totally get it ready for rideshare. You know, like buy all the aftermarket parts. And so I don't know if you guys know this. I've been getting contacted by some, you know, aftermarket suppliers. They want me to make videos. Like I got this thing here. Did you guys see that video I made? So this thing is like, it kind of looks like a rear view mirror. It's just like this, but I can put it on my dash. It looks like this. But I put it up here, and now I get Apple CarPlay up here. And so I thought about getting like all the stuff to make this the perfect Uber car. So there's that. How bad is my range in the winter? My range isn't too bad. It probably goes down to like 220 on a full charge, 230 on a full charge. But that's not the real negative thing about Teslas during the winter. It's how fast the range drops, if that makes any sense. So, okay, let's say you've got 50 miles to a charger. I'm just making up a number. Let's just say you got 50 miles to a charger and your Tesla says it has 100 miles of range. Okay, so you feel like you're going to get there. But the problem is this. If it starts snowing, if it's really cold, then the battery preconditioning thing turns on, right? So as your battery preconditioning comes on, now your range drops faster. And then if it starts snowing, the front wheel drive, so right, normally when you drive your Tesla, I believe it's only rear wheel drive for the most part. And when you do a hard acceleration, or if you need traction control, the front motor kicks on. So when it's snowing, the front motor kicks on, so your range drops really fast. And that was that one time I did run out of electricity. Last year in January, I had about 100 miles of range, 50 miles to go, something like that. I can't remember what it was, to the supercharger. And then the next thing you know, my battery started draining just really, really fast. It was super cold. I was on a road that hadn't been plowed, and my battery just boom. And my battery, I got to 0% about 3 miles before the charger. And so it's a funny video. You have to go out there and watch it. It's somewhere on the channel. But my battery did not die, but it got to 0. And I pulled off to this farm and I had to charge my car at this dairy farm. So that was pretty funny. Let's see here, Greg Sprinkle. Let's see what he says. I posted a couple days ago that I was suspended after 6 days of that, and I'm finally reactivated. All right, way to go. But the airport is blocked for me. Anyone else ever heard of that? You know, if anybody has any answers to Greg, I'd really appreciate it. Our airport doesn't operate like your guys' airports. Syracuse, Ithaca are the two airports that I pretty much pick up at. Ithaca has 4 flights a day. Syracuse has like 100. Maybe 70 flights a day. I don't know. And yeah, so we don't have like any airport kind of rules or anything like that. Let's see here. What time do you usually start your shift and end? I know you make really good money, Ruben. Just curious, trying to do better. What time do I start? What time do I end? I do 2 shifts of making money. Typically during the summer or during the work week, I start at like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So I get out there as early as possible. I let my reservation rides kind of dictate where I'm going to start and when I'm going to start. I can get reservations as far away as like 100 miles from my house. So now I don't take all those, but I'm just saying I can get them. So depending upon where those are, I let those be my big money makers to kind of start my day and kind of go from there. And then when college is in session, I'll jump on a night shift. And the college kids don't wake up till like 9, 10 o'clock, and they'll go to 2 or 3 in the morning. So sometimes when I want to earn a lot of money, I'll do a super hard, like 2 or 3 day shift. I'll do something like Thursday morning, sleep during the middle of the day, do a Thursday night to a Friday morning, sleep during the middle of the day, then do a Friday night to Saturday morning, hang out with my granddaughter on Saturday, get some sleep, and then I'll do a little bit on Saturday night, and then I'll crash all day Sunday. And I think if I do that, I can typically earn before profit, 350 to 400. So there you go. That's how I do my shifts. I don't get any promotions though, so I kind of let the rides dictate what I'm gonna make. Let's see here. What star deductions do you get the people who jump? Oh, okay. So how do I rate passengers, Eric? That's what you're asking. How do I rate passengers? I typically give 99 out of 100 of my passengers a 5 star. I only rate them negative now if I feel like I never want to take them again. The problem that I have is that I live in such a small area. If I banned half the people that I smell like weed or people that I don't want to take, I wouldn't have any Uber rides. You know what I mean? So it's like if I'm in Binghamton, for example, I say half the people smell like weed. And if I banned each and every one of them, I given them a 1 star, I would never see them again. So typically what I do is I have to make a video about this. I'll actually tell them they smell like weed. I'll say something like, damn, you hit that really hard, didn't you? You going to work? And it kind of lighten the mood a little bit. And then they'll say, yeah. I'm like, hey, you know, I have to clean my car after you get out. So it'd be cool if you hit me up with a tip. And I'll definitely ask for a tip. So there you go. How do I handle door slamming? I don't. What am I going to do? They're already out of the car. So when they slam the door, it's like, the hell with them. You know what bothers me more than slamming the door is people that use the window to shut the door or to open the door. So I try not to, I can be really petty and really kind of stupid sometimes. And so I don't want to start a problem that is going to hurt my rating and or prevent me from getting a tip. Yeah, so I just, door slamming, it is what it is. The windows is where I really worry about that. Oh, see, time is a loop meant to flatten but not broken string theory compression loop. Dude, Mohammed, man, you're way above my pay grade with that, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I always text my next customer that, oh yeah, I can't read that. Sorry. Will says I hate that. Yeah. I think here's my concern about advice to other Uber drivers. I don't know if you notice, I'm not a fan of cherry picking, not because I don't think it makes good money. I'm sure it does. Or any strategy. My biggest concern is that I know what you should do, because I don't. I don't think any driver knows what you should do. I think each one of us has unique needs. We have a unique car, a unique city. We drive at different times. We have different styles. And so I think there's an arrogance to some Uber drivers, like this is how you're supposed to drive. And maybe if I was them, that's what I would do. So I try not to give advice as if this is the way to do things. I try to give advice that so you can enjoy the ride, kind of deal with it, if that makes any sense. So I appreciate the question here. Do I carry additional rideshare insurance? No, I self-insured. All right, let me explain. I have auto insurance, right? So when I'm not Uber driving, let me take a look here. Hold on a second here. So hopefully I didn't disappear on you guys. So I have car insurance. So when I'm not Uber driving, my car insurance works just great, right? When I'm actually Uber driving, I'm covered under Uber. And I know there's different periods and I get all that. However, for the most part, my car insurance is still going to cover me. That being said, there's a $2,500 deductible for Uber or Lyft, and that's the most important thing to me. And my concern is this: do I have that money set aside? So one of the first things I did many years ago when I first started Uber driving was save up in my Uber account $2,500. So that's how I self-insure. I'm not worried about losing everything because I don't have anything to lose. You know, I think a lot of people are like, oh, you're going to lose your life savings. I don't have that much. And I'm not going to hit a school bus full of kids or something like that. So I think a lot of that's over kind of rated in terms of like the way those people talk about those stories. Oh, let's see here. Will says he's in New York City. I don't cherry pick. I don't like people 4.7 or lower. Yeah, I cherry pick those. If I see 4.7, I tend to pass. Let's see here. I'm at 0% acceptance rate on Uber and Lyft. Well, how do you make money if you're at 0%? Um, Let me tell you how. Can I tell you how I do my accounting? This is exciting to me. Now, you know my background's in economics and accounting. So I have a bank account, okay? That bank account is for Uber and Lyft. And so every time I cash out from those apps, and here in the state of New York, I can cash out every day without a charge. So I cash out every day, and that money goes into that account. That account I use to pay for a lot of bills. I have a credit card that I pay off with that. There's a credit card that's attached to that. That credit card I use to pay for my insurance. No, not my insurance, excuse me. The credit card I use to pay for my cell phone bill, my Tesla charging and all that kind of stuff. I pay for my car washes off that credit card. And there's an automatic way for me to pay that out of that account. That account, after I pay for those bills, I also use it to pay for my car insurance. I also make my car payment out of that. So that account just sits there. I only take money out of that account to pay myself, but I always want it to grow. I actually have a Prius that I owe money on. So I make all my car payments. I let Uber and Lyft pay for my cars, if that makes sense. So my car insurance, my car payments, car washes, and I let that account grow. So basically, I try to pay myself about $20 to $25 an hour. If I make a lot of money, I'll pay myself $25 an hour. But if I don't, I will only pay myself $20 an hour, and I'll withdraw that. So that account's growing. Now, that's still my money. That's the thing about it. It's not like I don't have access to it, but I have enough money in that account to not only pay for that deductible, but I have enough money to pay for new tires. I have enough money in that account to pay for another car. You could just keep growing that account. I've been doing rideshare now for almost 6 years. So I just let that account grow, which, by the way, I learned that from a banking friend. I can use that asset, that account, as a way to go to that bank and say, hey, can you loan me money for another vehicle? See, one of the reasons why Uber drivers can't get money is because they don't have collateral set aside in addition to their car. So the bank sees all those deposits and they see the withdrawals coming out of there, and they see me managing my money. So it's easy for me to make another car loan if I needed to for that. Yeah, Calvin, I'll make another video on accounting. I really, really enjoy that. See, I drive a 2025 Toyota Camry. Dude, let's see. We make about 500 to 600 a day working 12 hours. Oh my God. We pay around $500 a week for the TLC plates. Oh my gosh, New York has got to be amazing. I was just down there. My son lives in Bushwick in Brooklyn, and I couldn't do it. New York City is amazing. I couldn't do it. I just think about picking up people and like how every street had a car on it, and I guess you have to double park to pick up all your passengers. And then you New Yorkers, you're so tough. I mean, like, everybody had like a little scowl on their face. They're hard. Where I live in upstate New York, everybody's nice. So it's pretty easy. And that, in fact, a lot of New York City people move up to upstate just to get out of New York City and how tough it is to live there. Let's see here. Boy, can I tell you guys my dream? I don't think I'll ever do this, but my dream would be to get like a big Cadillac Escalade, 7-seater, do Uber Black SUV in New York City, get the TLC plates, and just do Uber Black. I think that would be amazing. I would love that so much. If any of you guys are doing that, DM me. I want to know what it's like. I don't think I could do the wardrobe. I see a lot of the New York City black suburban Escalade people. I'm sure it's like that in LA and Chicago or wherever else too, but they all have like sport coats on. I would probably go for a little bit more of a casual vibe, but I would love that so much. I wish Tesla made a big SUV like that, so I could do something like that. The TLC plates basically count as insurance. Yeah, I think for you to do Uber Black, you have to get commercial insurance though, right? Well, let's see, where's everybody at? So I know we've got Will, who's in New York City. Buddha, you're out there in California. Let's see, who else do we have on here? Tell me where you're at. I want to see where you're driving. DC. My sister lives, well, she used to live in Arlington. I'd love to go down there and hang out. So in DC is my favorite Uber driver. If you ever find him on TikTok, his name's Ken. He's the best storyteller, and he's in DC. I would love to meet him. When I empty bus passes, they take a picture of your car, bus, and that's it. Wait. When the empty bus passes, they typically after. Oh my gosh! If you get in the wrong spot, getting Escalade is a good idea, but not to do Uber and Lyft. It's better to do private luxury. I think that's the right way to do it. Duval, you know Ken? Oh my gosh. I watch all of his TikToks. Oh my gosh. Turn of the Tide. Hey, what's going on? How are you? Thank you so much for joining the channel. For those that don't know, I have I think it's like $2 a month. But for $2 a month, I have membership on the YouTube channel. And I try to be a little bit more technical, less storytelling on that. And anytime a member asks a question, I try to produce a video or answer their question immediately. And it's like $2 a month. I would really appreciate you guys joining, but if not, no big deal too. That's cool. Let's see here. So thank you so much, Turn of the Tide, for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm at LaGuardia Airport waiting for a ride. How long do you have to wait at LaGuardia for a ride? So for me, when I pull up to the Syracuse airport waiting lot, there's probably at the most I've seen 20 cars. If you see, if there's more, so there's sometimes I go to the Syracuse airport waiting lot, and I'm the only car in that lot. So I couldn't imagine. I've seen some of those airport waiting lots where guys are hanging out smoking, and I'm like, what are they doing all day? Let me see. Let me check my see if my wife is texting me at the. You sound like Tony from The Sopranos. Oh my gosh, that's my favorite. Lisa, hey, what's going on? Another Syracuse person. Everybody's waiting for a ride here. Not an Uber driver, just finding it interesting. Got a support from the UK though. Hey, I love the UK. I had a son that played soccer, football there one time. Super awesome. Levi, where is the lot? I haven't seen it. You haven't seen the lot? What do you mean you haven't seen the lot? It's okay. So when you go into the Syracuse airport, it's literally just, it's by that old Best Western where they shut everything down. It's still there. Have a wonderful day. Gotta go. Thank you so much, Turn of the Tide. I really appreciate it. Be well. So start giving me some video ideas. What kind of stuff can I produce for my fellow Uber drivers? What are the things that you guys really need? What are my views on Uber rentals? Preston, that's a great thing. I did a rental one time for about 2 weeks. I had to make a full video on it, but really quickly. It's actually pretty convenient. If you need a car, it's a great way to get a car. It is expensive, and you have to drive a lot though to make it worthwhile. If you rent a Tesla or you rent another electric car, charging is a big thing though. You gotta really figure that out. Let's see here. I rented for 2 weeks. I liked it because it kept me going, kept me earning money. It forced me to drive a lot more because I knew I was paying like $400 a week or whatever to rent it. My only concern with the rentals is the quality of the cars. And they're just really, like, the tires are in bad shape, everything's in bad shape, and I really did not like that. I have to make another video. How about I have to go rent another car. I'll rent another car and make a video on it. See if I can put that together. No, Eric, I haven't tried GigU. A lot of those other apps are not in my city. I don't get to use them at all. I would like to. Um, my thing is this. It kind of goes back to the original thing we talked about in this video. I don't like Uber as an app. I think they treat us drivers horribly. Um, I dislike all that. I don't, that's what, but I don't like to do a lot of private rides. And I have done a few of them, but because I really like the stories. I like the randomness of meeting new people. And I feel like a lot of the other apps are designed for me to kind of get in a regular crew of customers. So I know that sounds bad. It's not a good way to make money. It's not a good way to make money. Don't do my thing to make money. But that's why I haven't tried GigU. It's not, I don't think it's in Syracuse. You should rent an Escalade in New York City for a week. Oh, well. But I still have to get qualified though, right? Well, I mean, I still have to get permission to drive in New York City. I have to figure that out. Okay, so what Lisa's asking is doing a Syracuse meetup. Was it 2 years ago? I worked with Lisa and a few other drivers. Who else was on there? A couple of us. We had a little meetup, had a little barbecue. People brought their dogs. I think I brought my son. It's kind of cool. GigU is on top app that calculate ride each efficiently. No, honestly, the problem that I'll try it, I'll try it, Eric. I'll try GigU. I try not to worry about individual rides if they're worth it or not. I try to look at holistically for the day. So the reason, the why I pick different rides typically has to do with the quality of the passenger, and then the direction I want to go. I drive in a small city. If I drove in a major city like you guys, it'd be totally different. But driving in a small little area like Syracuse, the rides pay about the same for the most part. I know where the surges are going to be, and it's not complicated. And I'm really more concerned about picking up quality passengers, and picking up, direct places I want to go. Like, I like being close to the Delta Sonic and the Superchargers, and Delta Sonic's a car wash, and the Panera. So yeah, that's really bad advice. Don't take that advice. I'll have to do a video on GigU. So 2 video ideas I've heard so far is renting a car, and then getting GigU and doing a video on that. Here's another one, doing the renting for $1,200 to rent or $1,200 to get my license, my TLC. I paid around $1,200 to get it. It takes about 2 weeks. Oh yeah, I forgot. You're right. You need to see it at that point. It's not worth it. If I can get a sponsor, that's what I need. Well, I got to get a sponsor. Somebody to pay me $1,200. Then I'll use that $1,200 to get the license, the TLC. And then I'll rent an Escalade. I'll put on a sport coat, but I'll still wear shorts because I wear shorts all the time. And I'll be an Uber driver in New York City for a week. How much does it cost to rent an Escalade? Well, that's gotta be like $1,000 a week, I bet. Dude, Eric, you're in Chicago? Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, nothing stops anybody from sending me $5. Len! Oh my gosh, Len. I missed you guys this week. Len, it's so good to see you. Escalade's about $900 a week. That makes about sense, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see here. I'm still waiting for a text. Here parked. Oh my gosh. New York City has a new law with Uber and Lyft. Now drivers get paid the whole time they're on the app, so it's not busy. Apps that will kick drivers off it. Yeah, see, it's like basically a job. I think it's like they're moving it to basically like some sort of form of employment. Not much of a gig anymore at that point. Well, um, hey, since I've got you guys here, I want to give an impassioned plea. Um, Please, if you can, engage in the comment sections on the videos. I read all of them, and I try to comment back. Let me know what kind of videos that you want me to make. I'm making the videos for you guys. I do have fun doing it, but I want to make content that matters a lot to you. I want you to be safe, healthy, and happy. I mean, and I really mean that. I don't think anybody is really cheering for the driver. I mean, Lynn, Chuck, Matt over on Drivers Coast to Coast over on X, they definitely are. But, you know, I think a lot of the Uber, Lyft, rideshare content that's out there, the content creators, I think they care about the driver. I shouldn't say they don't care, but I think it's more of like an anti-Uber vibe. And I just don't want to do that. So if you need that kind of content, I don't really want to make that kind of content. And I want to tell more stories. I want to hear your stories. Those are the things that matter the most to me. You know, just meeting new people on the app, taking them to where they need to go, hearing what's going on with their life. That's what matters most to me. And just being a part of my community, both here in Syracuse. Well, I'm not in Syracuse right now. I'm in Connecticut, but you know, here in Syracuse, Ithaca, Binghamton, in my central New York area, but also with my fellow drivers online. Yeah, sad. Waymo's coming to Denver and Seattle. Waymo's going to be everywhere. Robotaxi is going to be everywhere. It works really, really well. And for those of us that have Teslas, they'll be all over. Yeah, it's just you can see it. Autonomous cars are a legit thing, and we should all know our days are numbered. Yeah, I really do care though, and yeah, so I need stuff from you guys. I do have sponsors to some of my videos. I do get, you know, people sending me products. Like I say, Mile IQ, I'm trying to work with them. I think it'd be great if you go check out Mile IQ. Let them know that I sent you. I think it's a good app. I like it, and I've been using it. So, and I'm an accountant, so I have a little bit of credibility there. But you know, any of that helps. You know, because it takes me about 2 to 4 hours every day to put together content for the YouTube channel. It takes a lot, and so getting that paid for is really helpful. And it gets paid for by you guys letting the sponsors know that you watch the video, by watching it, sharing it, commenting, liking on it, and stuff like that. So again, and let me know what kind of content you want. What can I do for you? And join the Facebook group over on Tip You in the app, and engage with it. Let's see here. I'll answer some final questions while I'm waiting. Let me take a look here. I'm looking on my phone message. Sorry. Let's see here. Let's see here. That explains it to living queues and didn't recognize the background. Yeah, let's see here. This is what it looks like right now. I'm over on, I'm in Connecticut, so I'm in Greenwich, Connecticut. So everybody's got fancy cars and there's fancy stores. Of course, I say fancy cars, and the ones right next to me are Nissans. Do I ever owe taxes? Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I pay a lot in taxes because I don't pay any taxes during the year. I don't do any prepayments. So remember, I told you guys earlier in this video, I put all that money into that one account, and I only withdraw what I can. I also estimate my taxes throughout the year, and I try to put together a number what I think I'm going to owe. I think last year I paid, with all my earnings, it was a lot. It was, I mean, I had to come up with a big bill. I'll leave it at that. Let's see here. Hey, uncle, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'm an old man. Let's see here. Someone actually tipped me in the app last weekend when they said they would do it. Yeah. You know, I'd say about half the people that say they're going to me actually tip. I'd say most people, most of the tips that I get, they don't say anything about tipping. I just get it. See, here in New York City, we don't pay a lot of taxes because we pay a lot in cars and plates, and that counts as a tax write-off. Yeah. My thing is this. I Uber drive full time. So I'm a full-time driver. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I do 30, 40 hours a week. And I do that because I want credibility with you guys. I want you to know I'm out there driving. I think a lot of the content creators don't drive anymore. And so it's easy for them to sit back and be negative. But I do have other sources of income. You know, I make videos for a living. I have a YouTube channel. So yeah, but I pay all of my bills. I try to pay all my bills with my Uber money. I try to live off that, so I try my best. How do you get away with posting dash cam footage and not being deactivated? I want to also, but it's against Uber's terms of service. I cannot afford to risk without being deactivated. Well, what's going to deactivate you? I went through and I talked with a friend of mine, an attorney, and I don't share the passenger's face, or you know, I try not to let you know who they are. So I don't share the information of the passenger. Get a complaint from the passenger that you did it, basically. See if I can fix that again here. So that's how I get away with posting dash cam footage, is I just share enough information to give you a good story, if that makes sense. Now, there are some passengers that recognize that, you know, my YouTube channel, they know who I am, and they want to be on the YouTube channel. So I asked them, do you want to be on my YouTube channel? And I save that video, even though I don't post it on the YouTube video itself, I save that video as proof. I used to make a lot of videos with my ad agency, and all you need is people's permission. You don't need like an official form signed or anything like that. You just need people's permission. And so I do it that way, if that makes sense. I think blurring people's faces is the number one thing you can do. And then the second thing would be to, you know, I do mess around with their audio a little bit. So there's that. You know, honestly, I'm not even worried about the legal side to it. I think the thing that matters most to me is I think passengers expect to be anonymous in the car. And I think if I violate that, I ruin the story. I think when they talk to me and they tell me things, they tell it to me in confidence. So you might have seen me posting a lot of the write-ups, especially from the Facebook group. I post a lot of the stories there. I do post them here on the YouTube channel as a post. Those stories, I do edit them. I change things around, so that way you can't really find out who that passenger is, if that makes any sense. Well, it's been 45 minutes. Hey, let me get close to the camera one more time. I am cheering for you. I sincerely mean it. I want you to be safe, healthy, happy. And notice I prioritize those things too, by the way. Safe, healthy, happy. I want you to enjoy the ride. And then, only then, do I want you to make a lot of money. Because I think if you do unsafe things, if you're unhealthy and you're doing this, if you're not even happy doing it, go do it. Go do something else. You don't have to do this if you don't want to do it. And I promise you, you don't have to do it. You are smart enough, you are more capable enough to do anything that you want to do in this life. I'm 50 and I'm trying to become a writer, right? And a content creator and a storyteller. I'm making this huge change in my life at this age. So I imagine most of you are younger than me. Don't feel stuck. Don't do this at your risk of your health and your happiness and your safety. It's not worth it. These apps don't pay enough, and you can make so much more money doing so many other things. Do it because you like it. Do it because it's some good money every now and then. But yeah, I agree. TR, drive your way. I really am cheering for you. And again, engage in the stuff. I'll see if I can make some videos about the content you guys asked for. And I still don't see my wife, but I feel like I might miss her too. I better get going, guys. Bye.